Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode here on Talkdaily. Hopefully, you have a great day wherever you are in the world. And today it's gonna be kind of a packed episode, kind of a video, because I'm gonna be talking about this article that comes to us from Reuters, and it's basically a lawsuit against models Tesla, well, all Tesla, as far as the autopilot regarding, and I'm gonna read the quote from the title. It's saying exclusive Tesla should we do this again? Should we do that recording again? I'm saying no. We gotta fly through it. We gotta autopilot through it. See, huh? See what I did right there? Autopilot right through it. It's basically saying exclusive. Tesla faces U.S. criminal probe over self-driving claims. And when you read that, it kind of like goes by like, okay, criminal probe over self-driving claims. It doesn't sound as bad. Now, when you read the article from Car and Driver, again, I have a link to everything I'm showing you in the description below. Okay, so you ain't missing out. And this article from Car and Driver saying Tesla under criminal investigation from U.S. Department of Justice over self-driving claims. And it's saying a Reuters report says the feds have been investigating the EV maker for more than a year because of alleged claims that its car can drive themselves. Now, the Car and Driver article is written by Jack Fitzgerald, and the Reuters article is by Mike Spector and Dan Levine. And that's Mr. Dan Levine, and that's Spector. Anyway, so again, I have a link to this in the description below. So it's basically, I kind of read you the headlines from the Car and Driver one because it's short and sweet and get to the point. It's saying, according to a report from Reuters, American EV giant Tesla is now facing a criminal investigation from the Department of Justice. The criminal investigation joined a series of probes into the company from both the National Highway Safety Administration, NHTSA, and the California Department of Motor Vehicles. Tesla full self-driving FSD option now costs $15,000, but has not reached regulatory approval. All right, let that sink in for a minute. So this is what's going on. Tesla has been getting away with a lot of stuff because it's an innovative company. It's new, it's modern, and they're leading the way. Right? So when you're first, you get to have your cake somehow, right? And maybe eat it too. I mean, that's basically what I'm trying to say is Tesla is. I think they have a lot of lobbying going on because my honest opinion is if you're offering a feature that doesn't work with any, it could have, it's not gonna work. If you buy something and it costs this much to have, yeah, I don't know, you buy boots that's supposed to be waterproof, but they're not. You're gonna return them, right? So it's expected. Now, a lot of the consumers, maybe they're okay with the, eventually it will be, but not Department of Justice and definitely not the California Department of Motor Vehicle. They're not waiting for it to be ready. So what they're saying, Tesla has come under fire from many quarters over implication that its vehicle can drive themselves, given the company use of the name full self-driving, because Tesla full self-driving system relies on the driver of the vehicle to remain alert at all times. It is effectively a level 2 driver assist technology, not fully automated. That's a caveat. Now, however, it will be argued that Tesla has allowed consumer to believe otherwise. For instance, a video on Tesla Autopilot website reads the person in the driver's seat is only there for legal reason. He is not doing anything. The car is driving itself. And I'll tell you what, my friend has a Tesla. I've been in it, and he has the autopilot, and true, it really drives. But he's I mean, there was a couple of things as far as the autopilot not being to work, like on ramp, in the sense that if like the road like dips down, or he there's some incident where the car just goes straight into the wall, or like it goes into back up to another car. I mean, again, he accepted that it's a toy. He's like, oh wow, cool, it's an option. He doesn't take it that serious, but some people do take it serious, and this is kind of a nice point they mentioned here about the article saying. What the warning sign do not seem to do is to keep drivers from paying less attention to the road. A study conducted by MIT last year found that drivers using autopilot remove their eyes from the road for longer and more often when they are not using the system. So Again, is autopilot a good thing or bad? That's a different subject. But regardless, it's really not truly autopilot. Autopilot enables your car to steer, accelerate, and brake automatically within its lane. Current autopilot features require active driver supervision and do not make the vehicle autonomous. Um, I mean, that's Tesla response of their website. They're saying the person in the driver's seat is only there for legal reason, but then they say autopilot enables the car to steer, accelerate, and brake automatically within its lane. But they're saying it's not autonomous. So fully autonomous will be a vehicle that'll be able to change lane, I guess, and just take you home like a chauffeur you there. But they're saying we're not at that level yet. The criminal investigation from the Department of Justice is not the first investigation Tesla is facing over autopilot and FSD. NHTSA opened a probe into over 800,000 Teslas with autopilot in June of this year and in July. The California DMV accused the company of falsify advertising the capability of its driver assist features. Now, you could opening an investigation, starting a probe, going all this stuff, it doesn't mean that the company is guilty. Okay? You're innocent until proven guilty. And a matter like this is gonna be this is not something that where common sense is gonna win. This is a humongous case. It's gonna require many, many lawyers and but for the ordinary person, people like you and me, the bottom line is, dude, it's not fully automated. Okay. And I spoke to a couple of Tesla people, but I haven't spoken to that many, so I can't give you huge data. But the people I spoke to, the couple of guys that have Tesla, the couple of people that I know that have Tesla, guys and girls, whatever, they seem to look at it as, they're having fun. It's look at this feature that I have. Do they take it fully seriously? The autonomous driving, the people I know, they didn't. At least they didn't confess to me that they got to a point where they were sleeping and the car is driving. Although there's videos of people sleeping and their car is driving on the freeway. Again, that's a different subject as far as how would you use that system and would you really trust it to that level. Again, it would be very interesting to see what the fallout from this is. I compare it to Mercedes. I always mention I love Mercedes as a company, right? Look at Mercedes Autopilot. They do not mention they have autopilot. They have like level 1, level 2. That's it. And when the Tesla went to Germany, Tesla does not have the same freedom it has here in Southern California or a different state. I think Arizona is one of them, maybe Nevada, where they have the option of testing these cars on the road. Tesla can even test their cars on the Autobahn. They can't even be in Germany. They're not even allowed to turn that system on. It's not allowed. It doesn't pass the German standard of what autonomous driving should be. And but here in California, it does, because I'm telling you why. It's just a lot of lobbying, a lot of lawyers. You can buy capitalism. You can buy whatever you want. You can almost you can buy your way in. But what's nice about, at least in the US, is no matter how much you buy your way into anything, the chicken will come home to roost. Yeah, eventually the truth will come out. Eventually will come and bite you in the butt, because we have a system of checks and balances. Okay. And I'm glad that the probe is going into here, because if anything, it will just make Tesla more conscious of their advertisement, and will make them hurry up and hopefully finally deliver the self-driving capability they are charging the consumer for. So I don't see this as bad. I don't think this is gonna, damage Tesla. If Tesla stocks dip, I guarantee a lot of people are gonna be buying them up. And the company is innovative company. We're not gonna take that away from Tesla. It's always innovating. It's always trying something new. But hopefully it doesn't falter on its success. As far as this is concerned, again, I'm a very old school person. I'm a manual transmission kind of guy. Leave me alone. I know how to drive. I don't even need a backup camera unless physically I can't see, but you still have mirrors. But people like me are a dying breed. Now, everybody doesn't want to drive. So that's a different story, too, moving them with the time. This is what's available. People want to have, I mean, and now we go into a different subject, right? We're talking about, do you want to drive or not? Do you want to be on the road? You just want to be chauffeured there, right? So, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with it. I enjoy driving. I truly do. That's why I buy cars that I enjoy driving. I don't buy cars that I don't like. They're boring or they don't. I'm disconnected from the road. I want a car that keeps me engaged, so I have something to do, even in traffic. I don't mind changing gears. It keeps me awake. And I mean, it's not like I'm driving a car made in 1980s. You're driving a fairly modern car that's manual. It's a lot of fun to drive. They're awesome. So anyways, that's we're not talking about manual transmission cars, but we're going back to the subject. I Let's look at this. I mean, let's look at Reuters. Reuters is saying, and this is October 25th, so that's not too long ago. Tesla Incorporated is under criminal investigation in the United States over claim that its company electric vehicles can drive themselves. Three people familiar with the matter said the U.S. Department of Justice launched previously undisclosed probe last year following more than a dozen crashes. Some of them are fatal. I do remember here in Southern California, there was one where it backed up into, was a Bob truck or something? That was horrible. And there's another one when it was the off ramp. That's what my friend was mentioning. The sensors couldn't read because the road was like dipping down or something. So the sensor weren't able to scan, what you want to say, across the horizon, if you want to use that term of reference. And the vehicle just kind of didn't know what to do, just kept going instead of down and right. It just went straight. Anyway, but I think they're mentioning one of those, and those were big cases. You can Google them. They were like on the news, and because people like bad news, right? So they got over publicized. Involving Tesla driver assistance system autopilot, which was activated during the incident. The people said in early 2016, Tesla marketing materials have touted autopilot capability. On a conference call that year, Elon Musk, the Silicon Valley automaker's chief executive, described it probably better than a human driver. Again, Elon Musk, his job is to generate hype, sale. That is his purpose. It's to me, the guy is just a humongous salesman. He just, his job is to hype and troll and hype, and he's a modern day, um, entrepreneur. I mean, that's the bottom line is dollars. That's it. I mean, it's not like the man has bad intention. He's looking out for the money and the company. I'm not defending him by any means, but I'm calling him a troll because that's pretty much he does. Um, but it doesn't matter. Is that what you want? Here you go. That's what he does. What do people want? What do you want? This? There you go. You figure it out. And he's giving them autopilot when it's not even an autopilot, but it doesn't matter. People are not stupid. They turn it on. They know the car is not gonna, drive them to work, but they're just happy having that feature. Anyway, last week, Musk said on an article Tesla would soon release an upgraded version of the full self. And he always, again, hype. I mentioned the guy's hype. He always says he's gonna do something, but it doesn't really happen. It's just what he does, man. So latest update from the White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows ordered to testify in Trump Georgia probe. This is just latest update from them. But anyway, I'm not gonna read this word by word. I kind of give you just basically my view of it. I do believe that Tesla eventually, just the lawyers are basically just gonna um, come to an agreement of definitions of words, just like we have definitions of beef. We have definition of milk. What is milk? What is beef? What is autonomous? What is full self-driving? I guarantee they're gonna dissect the S in self and the D in driving. Long story short, um, I'm at the point where I know hype. I look at a Tesla. I know it's just a toy. Like, you buy it. It's a nice car. It's a nice car. It has a lot of features, but it's only good if it's modern, updated of the moment, right? I don't want a Tesla that's like 10 years old. I don't want a Tesla that's 5 years old. It's just like a brand new smartphone. You just want the newest, right? You don't want the oldest, if you can afford it, of course. Now, in conclusion, I don't. Again, innocent until proven guilty. We'll see how Tesla deal with this in the courts. As far as Tesla stock market, I don't think this is gonna really affect them because people still gonna buy that. Still gonna buy it because Tesla is a humongous company. It's just SpaceX, Tesla, and now he bought Twitter. So I don't see the company being affected that much. There might be a little blip in it, but and then people are shelling out $15,000 for something that doesn't exist. That kind of gives you an idea of the people who buy Teslas. I don't think people buying Tesla are kind of people are really, how should I say, the 15. I mean, this is an option, okay? This is an option, but I believe if you pay for that option and you yourself know that option is not fully there, you're you must be somewhat satisfied because, hey, look, ma, no hands. The car stays in its lane, it brakes, and keeps going. So maybe they're happy with that. Again, it's just a terminology as far as a full self driving. That's what they're being specifically investigated for, saying it's not full self driving. It's at best it's level 2 autonomous vehicle. So that might change the name eventually in this whole thing. So, anyways, I really hope Tesla, wish Tesla the best of luck, and we'll see what happened again. Innocent till proven guilty, and read the article for yourself. Let me know what you think. I mean, as I said again, I don't know what's going on. I think a lot of all the modern cars that I see cars are becoming more and more like, don't worry about it, I got it. Don't worry about it, I got it. And it's getting to that point where like driving is not that complicated. Let me drive. I don't mind driving, and I feel people like me it's hard to find a car at this day and age that tells you you go figure it out. So I don't know. That's a story for a different video because I can talk about that forever. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just we're heading to that point where you're just gonna sit in a chair. The car is gonna have a tube in your mouth and just gonna feed you, and you're just gonna sit there and you close your eyes and you're probably reading your emails in your brain and you're getting Netflix and you're getting all the stuff and you just sit down. I don't know. That might be good for some people, but I feel like there's other segment of people who just want to drive. And I mean, I know there's a 911s and those cars out there. That's still manual, I hope. But anyways, yeah. Anyway, as I said, that's a different subject. Anyway, in conclusion, let me know what you think. It's been kind of a rant. I've been talking for a minute now. So, God, it's been 50 minutes, 16, 17. Anyway, as always, be safe out there. If you have that full self-driving, let me know how yours went through. Do you have any complaints about it, or are you happy with it? Did you spend that option, a $15,000 option on it? Let us know what you think. Anyway, as always, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.